from both parties.
Who?
The players, my other partners who were already in the meeting.
Not government.
Not government.
So
they had already accepted the 7 day.
I'm trying to understand this goodwill that you have seen.
Yes.
From Matatu operators, they've seen goodwill to do what? They were on the receiving end of whether the fuel prices would come down or not.
Remember,
goodwill to be part of the conversation?
Yes. Okay. They were feeling the inch because you remember that during the demonstration, for the first time in history of our country, the transport sector, they placed their tools down, not on the road, but in the parking. Remember, the roads were very clear. No obstruction, no nothing. So the tear gas man had no one to tear gas on the road because no vehicle was blocking any Kenyan person or any car from moving. There were activities.
Yeah.
But in between, we saw another group. Remember, some people lost their lives, some property were losing. So we had to give in from our part. Okay. And when I found out that my people have given in for that goodwill,
just went along.
I felt relieved because, okay, if this can save us, for us to reach into conclusion, then why not?
Okay.
Right.
If you were me, what could have you done?
So, Kaunda, I look at, I just want to repaint the picture here.
Yes.
On Monday, when the Cabinet Secretary was speaking, the very members that you speak about were quiet when the minister pretty much was lying to Kenyans.
Yes.
It took you to stand up and say, this is not what we agreed upon. Until that we agree.
Yes.
Comes the following day, and the very same members that were quiet the previous night were in a meeting that you were not invited in.
Correct.
Discussing issues of national importance, right? And by the time you're getting in, discussions had already happened that they were at the final end of it, final remarks. That means you are not party to the conversations that happened that arrived at the 7 days and the agreement to the 10 shillings and the 38 shillings increment. That means even when you are part of the bandwagon now saying we've seen the goodwill, you are not party to it. So my question then is, the members that were in this meeting, one, did they let you down by not inviting you as a member to be part of these conversations? Because remember, second day, it is because you're the one who stood up and says, strike continues. We've not agreed on this. And second, with this goodwill that you're talking about, are there ongoing meetings? Because we are waiting for the president to come for these meetings to continue. So have you been let down by the members who agreed to that? And are there meetings ongoing?
Remember that we are managing a crisis in a crisis. Where we have a country where the CSS cannot reach into a conclusion or make a decision.
The CSS cannot. Okay.
Because actually the president, the man in authority is not present. Okay?
Okay.
But
although the goodwill of his CSS were there, which we were looking also upon, because how much can it take for the president maybe to do a communication? I don't want to go there. I still believe in our government that there has to be a goodwill. We have given them authority to lead us, and it is their responsibility to make things work. And now we're having a working nation instead of a working nation. Remember, when you started, you gave me a proverb of a leopard, all the small leopard.
With spots, yes.
With spots, which you cannot underestimate. I entered that room late. I came late. I found that the meeting has reached its conclusion.
Yeah.
And people are doing final remarks. Okay? So, the way I estimated if my people have seen that if we have these 7 days and it's good for us to have a dialogue, and then let's have it as a goodwill.
All right.
And then the CEO of the county has given us an assurance that I'm here. If this does not happen, then we resume the
strike.
The strike.
Okay. What would have happened if you were early for that meeting?
Yeah.
You on time. Meeting starts 9 o'clock.